Happy Monday. I have our 3 available Sheepadoodle puppies, and these sweet babies are 10 weeks old and they are ready for their forever families. They're going to be with us until we find their people. If you are interested in one of these puppies, you can email us at ocoeeriverdoodles@gmail.com and we'll schedule a phone call and answer any questions you have about the puppies. If you're close enough to Ocoee and you'd like to come visit the puppies and meet them in person, then we can make an appointment for that as well. So these babies are such pretty babies. They are Izzy and Sawyer's Woodland Whimsy litter, and there were 6 puppies in the litter, and the litter mates have been going home for the last couple of weeks. And so these 3 are still with us. We're expecting these girls to be about 50 to 65 pounds, and they're going to be especially loaded on shedding because both the Old English Sheepdog and the Poodle are loaded on shedding breeds. We call them F1B reverses because the B stands that they're bred back to one of the purebred parents. So they are F1Bs, but usually in F1B, the purebred parent is the Poodle. So the purebred parent in this situation is Sawyer or Old English Sheepdog. And then their mama, Izzy, is an F1 Sheepadoodle that was born here to our Penny and Barrett. So these puppies are going to be approximately 75% Old English Sheepdog and 25% Poodle. Because of the low shedding nature of the Old English Sheepdog and the Poodle, they're still going to have those fluffy, thick, very low shedding coats. And then they're also going to have just a nice blocky build that we love in our Sheepadoodles. Makes them more like the Old English Sheepdog as far as their build goes. So we'll look at each of the puppies and watch them play. They're doing fantastic with their potty training. They have a doggy door and they know to use it to go outside to go potty. Now, I wouldn't consider them fully potty trained, but they have a really great start. Anytime a puppy this young goes home, they're going to have to figure out a whole new routine in with their new family and their new house and how everything's set up. So I have Mossy right here. And then I have Fern. And Tansy is my little panda puppy with the double eye patches. So when I'm looking at them, Tansy has the double eye patches. Mossy has 1 eye patch, and then she's got black that goes down her legs. So she's got just the little front white paws. Looks like she has a suit on. And then Fern has the 1 eye patch, and she has mostly white legs. So these puppies are very playful. They love attention. They love to be held and cuddled. But we say they're medium energy. That's generally what we expect out of most of our doodles, especially as they get a little older. So they're going to have periods where they're going to be very playful. They're going to want to play. They want to run and maybe play ball or play tug with their toys. But then after playing for a little while, they're going to be ready for a nap and some cuddle time. And they usually have several cycles of this during the day. This is Fern playing with the toy with the ball right here. So Old English Sheepdogs are born black and white, and most of the time they fade to gray or silver as they grow. So our Sheepadoodle puppies, they can have this inky black color that holds, or it can fade to gray soon, or it can wait until they're a little older, like a year or 2. So Tansy, we're already seeing around her face, around her eyes, the black starting to silver. So we expect it's very likely that she's going to gray. And this is just a characteristic of the Old English Sheepdog. And I don't know which I like better. The inky black is very pretty, but I really love the gray too. And Mossy and Fern could turn to gray as they get older. I'm just not seeing it yet, like I'm seeing in Tansy. Hopefully the camera kind of picked up on her eyes a little bit enough to show it. We've got big windows in here, and sometimes the lighting doesn't show things well when we film inside or take pictures inside. So if we have these puppies with us next week, then we'll have a movie Monday for them again. There's Mossy playing with the teething room. They're so fun just to watch. If I'm on the couch right now. If I was on the floor, they would be climbing all over me. So I try to stay kind of still and not move a lot and not be too loud so that they'll play. Sometimes that doesn't work though. It hasn't right now. This is Fern. We've had great reports from the puppies that have gone home in this litter. And then we recently had similar puppies from Rain and Sawyer go home. And we love getting updates about them as well. So it'll likely be, I would say, at least 6 months before we have Sheepadoodles ready to go home. It may be closer to a year or a little more. We have Izzy, who may have another litter, but we're not sure if we'll have her have a litter on our next cycle or if we'll wait another one. And then we've got a younger Sheepadoodle mom, Darcy, who is growing up and getting a little older. She still has to do her health testings. Once she gets older, we'll do those, and if she passes those, then she may be a Sheepadoodle mama for us as well, but that will probably be next year at the earliest for that to happen. So the puppies they've been checked by our vet, so of course they're going to come home with their vet records. They've had their first vaccines. If they're still with us when it's time for their second vaccines, then they'll have those as well. They'll come with a snuggle puppy that has the litter mate scent on it, and it's got a little heart. It's a stuffed animal and then has a little heartbeat that velcros into the tummy. So hopefully it helps the transition to the home be easier. And they come microchipped with a lifetime registration that's paid for, and instructions on how to update your contact information if you need to. Well, you're gonna need to, because we put a generic password in there, and then we have the families change the password when we register them. But then if your phone number or address changes, then there'll be instructions on how to do that as well. We feel like we say the same things in the videos over and over. So sometimes it's hard to remember what we've said and what we haven't from week to week. But the fun part is watching the puppies play. So that'll be all for these puppies for this week. If they're still with us, then we'll have another movie Monday for them next week. And we hope you have a great week. Thanks for following our pups, and check back in with us on Monday here at Ocoee River Doodles.